Hello, hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're connecting from. Thank you very much for being here. If you are here live, let me know in the chat that you're here. If you are watching the replay, like you came back to watch the replay, thank you very much for coming back. I really do appreciate it. Welcome to another episode of Wear It Wednesdays. If you're looking to take your image and style to the next level in a way that's authentic to you, then you're definitely in the right place. So let me know in the chat, where are you connecting from? How are you preparing for the holidays? I like to start these conversations off with a wellness check-in. So I'm going to do a little bit of a wellness check-in and a holiday check-in with you as well, just to get an idea as to how you're feeling, how you're doing. I mean, I know the holidays are not always the same for everyone, and whatever you're feeling and whatever you're going through, I hope that the holiday is not as difficult as it may have been in the past for you. And I do wish you all the best and happy holidays as well. So let me know in the chat, where you're connecting from, how are you feeling, and like, what are you grateful for, right? I know this is the season that we tend to take a moment to show appreciation and to look at how far we've come and some of the things that we're grateful for. So let me know that in the chat as well. Like, what are you grateful for? Not just this holiday season, but what are you grateful for overall? I know for me personally, I've struggled over the last 2 years mentally. I've struggled emotionally. It's it's not always, I come on camera and I do these conversations and I show up for myself and I show up for you as well, and in the background it's not always easy. And so I'm super grateful for the space that I'm at today and how I'm working through those difficult moments that I've had in life, and how I'm just reshaping and having a different outlook on life. And I think sometimes we don't see, like, in the midst of going through everything, we don't see the rhyme and the reason for it. And getting through and getting on the other side, and you realize that you made it through what you would have thought was the most difficult period of your life, and just being grateful for that. It's something that I'm super, super, super appreciative and super, like, it it's just a reminder to myself that difficult moments will come, but I can persevere, right? Even if that means just taking a step back and taking a beat and just crying if I want to. So I'm super grateful for my journey so far. So yeah, let me know in the chat, what are you grateful for? How are you feeling? How are you spending the holidays? And if you're new to this space, I'm Solita Roberts. I'm the founder of Style to Impact. And before I get into today's conversation, which is where I'm talking to you about the 3 ways that you can take your wardrobe from that dreadful, have nothing to wear, to really loving everything in your closet, I want to just make one announcement while I'm here. It's just to remind you that gift cards are available. So if you're looking for a gift, to give a special someone in your life, and you've gone through that that process of trying to find the perfect gift, I say give the gift of style. There's no better gift than that. If you are interested in purchasing gift cards, you can do so at styletoimpact.com/gift cards. And of course, if you would like me to mail a personal gift card, nicely packaged and wrapped, then of course, once you purchase, you can always send me a message and I will prepare one of these for your special friend. So thank you all very much. That's my special announcement. Gift cards are available to purchase. Just yeah, let me just provide a little bit more detail on that. So what I've done with these gift cards, I've made it budget friendly in terms of you get to select what your budget is. You're not locked into any particular amount. You decide what your budget is. You decide which gift card you want to send. You decide, of course, who you're sending it to. And if you want me to like mail an actual card to that special person, then of course, once you check out, you can let me know that, Salida, can you send a gift card to this person at this address, and I will happily mail one for you. So gift cards, as I said, are available at styletoimpact.com/gift cards. So thank you very much for that. Yes, I am seeing, like, I'm looking in my chat. So today I decided I'm gonna make this conversation as active as possible. So if you're here, let me know you're here in the chat. If you have any questions, drop those in the chat as we go along, because I'm gonna be answering those questions as I go through today's conversation. And just to, I'm not sure on LinkedIn, when your privacy setting is not set to show your name, it shows up as LinkedIn user. And so I'm not sure what your name is, but thank you very much for being here. And I appreciate you following me. I appreciate you, supporting and connecting and getting value from the content and the conversations that I'm sharing. So thank you very much for that. If you would be so kind to drop your first name in the chat, that way I get to acknowledge you by your first name as opposed to LinkedIn user. So thank you very much for being here. And so I was just to kind of just to give you an idea as to what I was thinking about when I thought about this conversation. I was on a podcast a couple of days ago, and we were talking about the idea of self-awareness and how self-awareness impacts so many things that we do or not do in life, and how self-awareness contributes as well to how we dress and how we show up. And I really think, for me personally, I think self-awareness is such an important trait to have, right? It's one of my core values. I truly believe that once we, are more self-aware in terms of whatever we're going through, whether or not that's your style, whether or not that's your career or your business that you're looking at, once you become self-aware as to what are some things that are holding you back, how you want to show up in your business, how you want to show up in your career, what are some things that you appreciate about yourself, or you may find that you're not doing. To be self-aware, I think it's the most powerful thing that any of us can have, right? Any of us, like, just having that personality to sit down and sit with ourselves and just realizing and having those moments, like, where am I not showing up, and how am I, what are some things that I want to do, and having that moment of self-awareness is what causes us to take action. I really believe self-awareness equals action, because once you are self-aware as to what you need to do, what you're not doing, then you start thinking about, like, the steps and the things that you need to do to get you to closer to your goals, to get you closer to, whatever is that you're looking for in life, like whatever is, grand goals or challenges that you may be having. Just being self-aware really does help you to then decide what are some of those steps, what are some of those action steps that you need to take to get you closer. And so in talking about, like, what are the 3 ways that you can take your wardrobe from really having nothing to wear to loving everything, that self-awareness piece come in. Because to be self-aware as to, like, what is causing me every time to have that moment where you're standing in front of your closet, or just sitting down and just thinking about, how you approach getting dressed. Like, you think about, like, what is that, what is causing me such anxiety when it comes to getting dressed? What is that thing that's affecting me from being more visible? What is affecting me from feeling more confident and comfortable in who I am? Right. And that self-awareness part is key in really getting to that stage where you have a wardrobe and you're putting on clothes that really boost your confidence and make you feel great about yourself. And so I wanted to, when I thought about the 30 ways, I decided that instead of just giving you 3 tips, I'm going to break it down into 3 categories, and that is mind, body, and style. And under each category, I'm going to share with you a couple of tips as to how you can go about um, basically conquering it, each category, and making sure that sharing with you what are some of the things that you can do within each category that's going to allow you to walk into your closet and know that whenever you're getting dressed, it's not a process where it feels exhausting, it feels overwhelming, it feels frustrating, but you get to that point where you love everything that's in your closet, and you're also not shopping, constantly buying things that you don't wear or use, right? And that's what happens when you don't know what your style is, and that's what happens when you are not sitting with yourself and not really acknowledging what is causing you the frustration. And so under just to the first category, as I said, is the mind, right? Having a mindset shift in terms of how you see getting dressed, how you see style. Like if you look at getting dressed as an act, like it's something that you have to do. It's you and the process that you go through is, okay, you look at your calendar, there's some social events that you need to go to, or just getting up and functioning your day to day. And you kind of just walk into your closet, right? And you just stand there and like, okay, yes, I'm going to wear that. I'm going to wear this. I don't feel great about myself. And you just kind of like just pull and put on the clothes. Then it's an act. But to really get to that space where you are shift your mindset of how you approach getting dressed, it's shifting it from looking at getting dressed as an act and more so as a tool, right? So the mindset shift that you need is to start looking at the way you're getting dressed and how you're getting dressed and why you're getting dressed as a tool, as opposed to I just need to put on clothes. And that's where the frustration comes from if you're just thinking, I just need to put on clothes. So here's a couple of ways that you can have that mindset shift. First of all, I need you to sit with yourself, as I said before, that self awareness piece, in really understanding and sit down and start making a note. Like, when it comes to how I think about getting dressed, what does that look like for me? How do I think about getting dressed? Do I look at it from and that space of I'm getting dressed and whatever I'm wearing, whatever I decide to put on is going to help me with my confidence. I'm going to feel more confident in myself. Am I wearing clothes that's comfortable to me, but at the same time allows me to project the right image in my brand, in my business, in my career? Right? So first, identifying what are some of the mindset shifts that you have, the mindset that you have around getting dressed. And especially if they're more negative, and I assume they're more negative than not, right? Where it's like, I can never find anything to fit me. I can never find anything that, feels comfortable for me. Shopping is overwhelming. Things in my closet doesn't work. So, I'm just going to wear whatever. Or style doesn't matter. It's just clothes. I'm just gonna wear whatever. So shifting your mind to now thinking, how can I use this as a tool? How can I get dressed and use it as a tool to boost my confidence, as I said, to improve your self awareness, your self esteem, your self confidence, and how you show up in your business and your career? So that's the first thing. Shifting your mindset from looking and getting dressed as an act to getting dressed as a tool. How can you use it as a tool? And the second shift that you need when it comes to taking your wardrobe from really not having anything to wear, like looking at your wardrobe thinking you have nothing to wear, to loving everything in your closet, it's under the category of your body. How do you view your body? And going back to that mindset shift, because it's all connected. What are some thoughts that you have when it comes to your body? What are some things that goes through your mind? Like, are you thinking, I don't have the perfect body. I need to lose weight. I can never find anything to fit my body. Right? Like, what are some of the things that go through your mind? Like some of the thoughts, some of the insecurities that you feel when it comes to your body. If you're here joining live, share with me in the chat, like, what are some of those insecurities that you have when it comes to getting dressed and understanding your body type? And if you're here, watching the replay, you came back to watch the replay, share that in the chat as well. I'll get into the comments and just respond to some of that and give you some feedback on that as well. And so when it comes to how you're dressing and your body type, first of all, you have to understand what your body type is. And understand that your clothes should fit your body and not you trying to fit into your clothes. Here's what I mean by that. I'm going to give you an example here. So I've had this shirt here, if you can see that, for at least 6 years. I mean, I absolutely love it. It's a top that I got from H&M. Believe it or not, this was a top that I got from H&M about 6 years ago. And so I love the fact that, I love the gold button detail. I love the oversized pockets that's on there. I love like the scarf detail that it has there. Like everything about this top, even the color, represent everything about my personal style. So as I said, I've had it for 6 years. And over that time, obviously, with washing it for 6 years, the fabric in itself, like some fabrics, you wash it constantly, it will, the material, it will shrink. So obviously it gets smaller for some, materials, some fabrics, you wash it and then it stretches, it get bigger. But this particular shirt, it is now too small for me. Not that my body has changed so drastically that I've gained weight that it can't fit me anymore, but it's a simple matter of the shirt is just small. I've worn it, I've used it, it served its time, that's 6 years. But I'm so connected to that shirt that I really don't want to let it go. And so I've thought about different ways that I can style it to make this shirt fit my body, right? To fit, basically, actually, no, to fit my body into this shirt. Like my body can no longer fit into the shirt because the shirt is no longer my size. And so you may be doing the same thing, right? And some ways that you might be doing that, where you're trying to fit your body into the clothes that you have that no longer fits you, is something that I see quite often, is using a camisole to extend a shirt that's too short for you, right? Or using a camisole not as a style piece, but as a piece too, because the shirt may be a wrap shirt, but it's super small now that it doesn't completely wrap the way that it was supposed to. And now it's leaving this big gaping V in front. And what you're doing is adding a camisole to extend it. Right. And if you're doing that, that is one of the ways in which, your style doesn't look as complete and polished, because you're trying to fit your body into clothes that don't fit you. So when it comes to your body, when it comes to this key piece in terms of moving from nothing to wear, when you think about, oh, I have nothing to wear, for some of you, that means that the clothes in your closet no longer fits you. The clothes in your closet no longer suit your body type that you're in, this body that you're in today. And so getting dressed, when you're getting dressed, you have to get dressed for the body that you're in today, right? And, we've all gone through some different changes with our body. And if you've gone through some changes and you're like, okay, Salida, I am not at the weight or size that I've had a couple of years ago, and I'm so frustrated and it's depressing and it's overwhelming. I want you to, first of all, give yourself some grace. Give yourself some grace. And then, secondly, is to really acknowledge that where you are today in this body, like, decide for yourself what are some of the things that you want to do to get to a healthier lifestyle, a healthier body, and start taking those action steps, right? And that's again where I said that self-awareness piece coming. If you don't think that your body is at the healthiest that you want it to be, then you get to decide what are some action steps that you're going to take to get yourself there. But that should not affect the way you're getting dressed. So I want you to go into your closet and start looking at the pieces that you have in your closet and take out those pieces that truly do not fit your body. Because one of the reasons why that frustration, you feel like there's nothing to wear, if it doesn't fit you, then obviously if you walk into your closet and you have a closet full of clothes, lots of things in there, but nothing is tailored to your body type, then obviously you wouldn't have anything to wear. So go into your closet and really take out those pieces of clothing that don't fit you. And it is okay if after you have purged your closet, you only have a couple of pieces, because what you have done is a couple of things. One, when we talk about our mindset, you're now going to enter your closet with a positive mindset. You'll never feel, oh my gosh, yet again, I'm going to get dressed and there's nothing in here that fits me. If you end up with 10 pieces of clothing that actually fit you, that you feel great in, then you will feel great every single time you're getting dressed, right? You will walk into a closet knowing that, okay, these 10 things fit me. I feel great in it. And that takes away the frustration of having a closet full of clothes and nothing to wear, right? You then end up with a closet with the exact pieces and style that you like, that you feel confident and comfortable wearing, right? And so the third way in this 3-step category that I'm giving is when we talk about style now. So we've talked about the mind, having a mindset shift approach to how you're getting dressed. And instead of looking at getting dressed as an act, look at getting dressed as a tool. And if you're looking at getting dressed as a tool, that means you'll start looking at how you want to portray yourself in your business and your career. How do you want to show up? What message you want to send? And what are those pieces that you need? Which will then mean that you start looking at identifying clothing and only having clothes in your closet that actually fits your body, right? And not you trying to fit into clothes that don't fit your body. And so now we look at style. And when we're looking at style, the first thing is, when you're thinking about your style, and let me know if you've thought about this, and I'm sure I've done it in the past as well, where I'm like, okay, I have nothing to wear, nothing fits me. And my first thought is, I need to buy more clothes. Like, I need to go shopping, right? I've had clients come to me and they're like, okay, Salida, nothing fits. I don't know what my body type is. I don't have a sense of, what my personal style is. I don't know how to connect my personal style, define my personal style and really express it in my professional life, like really show up as myself wearing clothes that feels like me. I don't know how to do those things. And, I'll ask them, like, what are some things that you think about whenever you think about your style? It's like, oh, I need to buy clothes. I need to go shopping, right? Because we think that if we keep buying clothes, somehow that means that, along the way, somewhere, we will eventually find our style. And this is why it's important that I started this conversation one with that self-awareness piece, because if you're not aware as to what the problem is, then you will know what the solution is. So identifying and understanding what the problem is when it comes to your mindset. What is the problem? How do I think about style? How do I think about getting dressed? What is the process like? How do I think about my body? How do I feel? What are some of the thoughts that I have? How can I change the narrative from that? And then you can move into, what do I want my style to look like? Now that I have a full understanding as to who I am, what do I want my style to look like? So we're not shopping first and then trying to figure out how to, shift in our mindset, and then trying to find clothes to fit, just kind of just keep going around in a hamster wheel trying to find clothes to fit. But no, you're working on your mind, understand your body type, and then you look at your style. And so, a couple of things that I've done when it comes to, when I've worked with my clients with this, especially through the Style Starter package, which is where we talk about, one, what does your personal style look like? Like, what do you want that to look like? What is the message do you want to send to yourself? Like, how do you want to feel? And how do you want to represent yourself in your brand or your business? And so we go through that process of really identifying, like, what are your goals, and then understanding, like, what is your ideal body type? Like, what is your body type? And then, of course, giving you a list of shoppable recommendations that you can go ahead and shop at your convenience. And so in this category of style, that Style Starter, that's what I work through with my clients, which really help them to have a clear understanding as to what their style is, right? So if that's something that you're interested in, like you're at that stage, it's like, okay, I need to start working on myself, getting a true understanding as to what my style is, because I want to start looking at the way I'm getting dressed as a tool. I want to really understand how to dress my body type. Then of course, you can send me a DM here on LinkedIn, or you can email me as well as solita@styletooimpact.com. But getting back to this category of style, right? Understanding, as I said, understanding what your style is key, and not shopping to find your style. And another thing that you can do, and that I've done as well, is whenever I get dressed, like whenever, I put together an outfit and I got dressed and I really feel great in it, what I do is I take my phone and I document it. Like, I take a picture of it. And so, I have like folders on my phone that I have one specifically that I call my outfit digital lookbook, that I can go back into and then look at an outfit that I want to recreate, which makes it easier for me to get dressed. It takes away some of that overwhelm. It reduces some of the time that it takes to decide on, okay, how do I put together an outfit? How did I wear this? How did I not wear that? So that is what you want to do when it comes to that style piece. One, do not shop to find your style. Define, first of all, what you want your style to look like. If you're not sure what that, how to go through that process, then of course I can help you with that. And then don't be afraid to repeat outfits, right? That's why I document it, because I am a outfit repeater. Like, I will repeat my outfits. If you go on, like, you take a scroll on my social media, if you look at any of my videos, you go back and you watch any of these replays, you would have seen me. I've worn my, like, I wear my clothes. As I said, I've had this top for 6 years. It's not at a point that it doesn't fit me, so I really have to get rid of it. But that is part of, really getting into that space of having clothes in my closet that I love, helping my clients have, create a closet that they have, clothes in their closet that they really love. And that's going through that 3-step process that I just talked about, right? Because it eliminates all the pressure of having nothing to wear. So let me know in the chat, since we're here and we're having this conversation, let me know in the chat, like, out of those three categories that I've talked about, which is having a mindset shift, understanding your body type, and really defining your style and not shopping to have style and being okay with repeating outfits, like, which one of those do you struggle with the most? And, share that in the chat with me so that we can have a conversation and I can help you with by providing some strategies and some tools that you can use to get around that. So thank you very much for joining me today. I hope this conversation was helpful and it really give you some additional insight as to how you can start loving the clothes that you have in your closet. What are some of the steps that you can take? So thanks for being here. Thank you for joining. I always appreciate you joining me live and as well as coming back and watching the replay. Have a happy holiday. Happy holidays to everyone. Be safe. Enjoy. Thank you for being here. See you in another conversation. Take care. Bye.